Parkinsons. Today is Make It Monday. I should have had my sign out here where you could see it. Let me just Make It Monday. Everybody said that they liked my angle to be this way rather than the other way, so that's what we're doing today. Today we're going to make, I call it fish muffins. It doesn't sound very good, but it's delicious. Other people call them tuna muffins. Other people call them tuna delight. So you pick what you want to call them, but they are basically tuna muffins. They're very good for you, and it's similar to like what you get with an egg bite at some of the restaurants. So I start with 2 cans of tuna. Now I personally like albacore tuna, solid white in water albacore tuna. It's very expensive compared to the other tuna, but it doesn't taste like tuna. It tastes delicious. So I'm just gonna break that apart a little bit with my fingers. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to chop some vegetables. Now, my husband doesn't like chunky vegetables in small things, so I'm going to do them in my food processor. So I need 1/4 cup of chopped celery. This is just a tiny little food processor. I mean, it doesn't have to be pureed till it's juice, but I'm going to just see how much that one stalk was. Let me just put this over the bowl. Yeah, I think I'm going to maybe need the other one. Oh, maybe not. Second. I need 1/4 cup, and this is 1/2 cup. So yeah, I think that'll be good. So I don't need the other one. And then the other thing I need is 1/4 cup of green pepper. And I had ahead of time put a few pieces of pepper in here. So let me just pop these in there. And you know, it's just an approximation. If you have more vegetables that you like, add an extra egg if you need it. You know, like I may do that, yeah. So this said 1/4 cup as well. Now I got a couple of bigger pieces. I'm just going to take them out of there because I don't want them in. And I didn't run that one long enough. Oh well. Okay, now I need 1/4 cup of this. I don't think you need to make a double batch, do I? No. I think we're fine. So I'm going to just dump that into there. I can use that in the next eggs we make. And okay, and then I need some onion. Now you could do other vegetables in here if you like. Like you could put some shredded carrot in here if that was something that you care for. But this is just the standard. And how much of an onion is 1/2 cup? Yes, 1/2 cup of the onion. So a little more of the onion than there is of the other ones. Okay. Now, I'm throwing it all around again, Bill.
Yeah, I feel that.
Do you know what I did last night? I had some phyllo dough that I didn't know what to do with, and I made sausage rolls. I've never made sausage rolls before, and they weren't traditional sausage rolls, I don't suppose, but they tasted very good. They tasted good enough that I got up in the middle of the night and had one. Matter of fact, I took one in and I ate it in bed and got phyllo dough all through my bed. I won't do that again. But it was something different, but oh my gosh, I was tired when I was done because you have to work fast when you're working with phyllo dough, and I am not a fast worker. And I've been doing quite a bit the last few days, so today I said, I want to really crochet today, so I got the hat done according to her. It's like a doll's hat. I'm going to change it and remedy it to make it an adult version. So I'll show it to you when I get it finished. But I should have it done fairly soon. All right, that's pretty much it. for those things. Now, it says 2 eggs, 2 ounces of shredded cheese, salt and pepper. Okay, so let's just do the salt and pepper. Now, keep in mind, you know, there's salt in your tuna. We like pepper. All right. Now, I'm going to mix this up. Now, it also says that it cooks them in muffin cups. And it says that it makes 8 muffins. Now, they're not tall muffins, of course, they're regular size muffins. But I don't like to make the regular size muffins. I love the mini muffins. Just sort of a 1-bite deal. So, got 2 eggs. So I'm going to just do them over here so that if they get shells in them, I'm not putting them into my tuna. Okay, that one's good. And I think that one's good. Better check it though. Right there is the shell. I'll hold it with my thumb. Okay, there we go. All right. And 2 ounces of cheese. Now, that was not very many ingredients for this dish. And you know, you can have this just as a snack after school for your kids. I like it just as my lunch, you know. Have a little bit of this for lunch and it's delicious. And when I heard the recipe called fish muffins, I thought, there is no way in anything that I'll like that. But, you know, I did. I can thank my friend Tawny in Bridgewater for this recipe. This is one of her recipes. You know what? This needs 1 more egg. My eggs were small. This needs 1 more egg. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like before this extra egg goes in, so that you know. Because it's sort of a by eyeball. Okay, so when you're looking at that, you can see this is still fairly separate. So you do want it to hold together in the muffin tins. Ooh, strong hands. Ooh. Strong hands. All right. Now, that's going to give us enough to make it go, yes. Okay, there we are. Now I'll show you the difference there. Now you can see that that now has a little bit extra liquid to try and keep it together. So I've got my small tins here. I've got 2 of them. Yeah. So I'm going to spray them so that it doesn't stick. It has cheese in there, so you know it'll stick. And just so you know, yes, my hands are all dirty and I'm touching the cans. I wash all of these before I put them back in the cupboard. So my hands are clean when I start, and I do wash everything before it goes back into my cupboard. Okay, so it said 8 big ones, so I should get 16, and this is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, we'll see. See how they go. Okay, so I'm just gonna set that scoop is too big. I thought it was gonna be small, but it's too big. I don't think I've ever been ready without having to come back over here for something. I'm not a very organized person, obviously. I think I am. I got everything in my side table all organized, but okay. And I'm also starting with the tray that's furthest away from me. That's just stupid. So let's just come back over here. Okay. I like things that are bite-sized, you know, or things that you hold in your hands. That's just sort of, like I love it when we do a dip meal, you know, like dip and chips or something like that. That is always a favorite for me. Now, Claudine has said she was going to come over today for a little bit, so maybe she'll get a chance to try my sausage rolls. We were supposed to have sausage rolls for breakfast and totally forgot about it, and Bill cooked sausage and toast. So I had a little bit of phyllo dough left over, so I actually did a little bit with jam, but they kind of spread all over the place. Next time I will have to adjust that a little bit. Okay, now I'll switch these pans. Oh, I haven't had these in a while, and I am looking forward to it. Okay. You know, we swept and mopped our floors yesterday, and then I started cooking. And we have swept and mopped our floors probably 3 times. Well, not mopped, but swept. 3 times since we did them yesterday. And they'll have to be done again. But that's all right. You know, they said that it would be about 8 ones, and I've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I said 16 would have been, maybe we can get one more out of this. Because we've got a couple of those over there, bigger, but, all right. Let me just take a little tiny bit from that one. All right. I'm going to put these in the oven. They cook for 350 for a half an hour, and I'll bring you all back as soon as they're ready. I'll go clean up my mess. Back. They're out of the oven. They've cooked. They're out of the oven. I've got them sitting there cooling for a minute, and then I'm going to put them on a plate and bring them over and show you, but I realized I hadn't told you a story yet today. So it's not a whole heap of a story, but there was a time when Claudine was earning some extra money by babysitting. And where we lived, there was a nurse that worked a lot of shift work and whatnot, and she had Claudine come over and babysit quite often. So anyway, Claudine was over there babysitting, and I was working up at a video store at the time. And she called me at the video store and she said, "Mom, I think I've hurt my foot." And I said, "Well, you can't do anything about it. I mean, you have to be there babysitting." So I said, "We'll look at it when you come home." And she says, "I think I really hurt it." And I said, "Well, there's not much we can do about it. Like, the mom's at work. You know, I'm at work. You're stuck there." So I said, "Just put your foot up, put a little ice on it, and, you know, we'll see." I thought when she said that she hurt her foot that, like, she maybe banged her toe or something. Like, I didn't think as much. Anyway, the mom comes home a little while later, and when she came home, she phoned me and she said, "Did your daughter tell you she got hurt?" And I said, "Yeah, she said she hurt her foot a little bit." I said, "I told her we'd look at it when she got home." She goes, "Well, her baby toe is perpendicular to her foot." Literally, her foot was like this and her baby toe was out this way. She said, she's going to have it strapped together. She says, "They won't do anything for it other than put it back in and strap it." So she says, "I'll do that for her here. But just so you know, she definitely broke her toe off." I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm just going to pause you while I bring you over. Okay, I'm back. There they are. I'll just show you the both trays. There they are. And they are super delicious. And we're going to enjoy them for supper. All right. See you all tomorrow.